Good evening to all. Good morning. Good morning to all. From Tijuana, Mexico, it is 9:30 in the morning over here at 8th of December, Thursday, 8th of December. Top of the morning for every single one of you that there is just starting their mornings off. God bless every single one of you. God bless, your homes, your work. Wishing you the best on your way to work, on your way to whatever you're doing today. Wishing you the amount of success that you deserve, and ultimately also wishing you the best for your family. Remember that we need to keep the family morals and also the family integration always tight, always together. That is one of the most important things that we need to keep. This where the socialism, the communist agenda, they want to disintegrate the family circle. That is the most important thing. God bless every single one of you. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News correspondent for Real America's Voice News and the Wendy Bell Radio Network. Thank you so much for joining in. It happened yesterday. The now former president, and God blessed, this justice that is being brought against the evil and socialist 2030 agenda, that is happening around our continent. As I have said before, the continent of America, it is under globalist and communist and socialist attack. The majority of the governments are turning left. But yesterday, one of the communist socialist presidents, he wanted to basically destroy the constitution of Peru, and he wanted to dissolve Congress. His intentions once it was to dissolve Congress and to construct a new government under a new law. So basically, he wanted it to become a failed state. He wanted that so he can reconstruct and he can basically, have entirely and undoubtedly a power over the citizens and over everything. His name is Pedro Castillo. He is the former president of Peru. He was Congress and the Senate declined his dissolvement of Congress and ultimately a complete attack on their democracy. And after that, he was put on hold arrest on one of the offices in Peru. That after that, imagine what? He tried to go to the Mexican embassy in Peru to ask for asylum and refuge. Uh, in the Mexican embassy in Peru, he tried to escape to the Mexican embassy to ask for asylum and refuge. Knowing the Mexican president, you already know that he's a leftist progressive, our Mexican president, sadly. He immediately came out and said, it is sad that the elite and the right wing are attacking Pedro Castillo, and ultimately also that they are violating his humanitarian rights. Always these leftists, these communists, these leftist communists, they always use the pander of humanitarian rights. They hide under the defense of humanitarian rights so they can hide their criminal acts and their criminal crimes. That is what they do. They hide behind the humanitarian rights wing, and that is their shield of protection with the language that is part of the white imperialist, the white supremacy, the supremacy of the white man, your conspiracy theories creating hysteria, you're a fear monger, transphobic, homophobic, xenophobic, pronoun phobic, you are a fascist and a racist. That is what they hide from. That is their language. That is their barrier. That is their protection shield. So the Mexican president came out and said, so sad that they're violating his humanitarian rights. No, sir. No, Mr. Mexican president. No, we don't want Pedro Castillo in our country. We don't want him in our country like you brought also Evo Morales to our country. Evo Morales was the socialist dictator of Bolivia that immediately he asked for a refugee and asylum to Mexico. And guess who gave it to him? AMLO, our Mexican president, gave it to him. Now, Pedro Castillo wants to ask for asylum wants to ask for asylum in Mexico. That ultimately, they're trying to. He was trying to ask for asylum in Mexico, but guess what? The citizens, the citizens of Peru, the citizens of Peru, they were the ones that blocked the street from them getting into from Pedro Castillo to get too close to the Mexican embassy. The citizens of Peru were the ones that blocked the street where the Mexican embassy was located at. This is just the people that these leftists and these progressive and these liberals that they're always projecting, always blaming the past governments, always blaming the imperialistic right, always blaming the supremacy right, always blaming the extreme right, always the white supremacy, the blockage. It is because of the embargo. All this stupid nonsense. Those progressives are the ones that they're saying, oh, Pedro Castillo is being under attack now by the right wing and the corruption of the judicial system in Peru. No. He was trying to imperialistically dissolve Congress and fight the corruption, which it's always been existing in Peru, but he wanted to step all over the Constitution. You cannot do that. Not even the president of Peru can do that. And now it is showing that he is being arrested. He was arrested for trying to dissolve Congress and trying to change basically the Constitution. And you have these progressives now that they are basically justifying themselves. Oh, he needs his humanitarian rights. He has his rights for asylum and refugee. No, let him stay in his country and pay for his crimes. Every socialist dictator, every communist dictator, like Maduro, like Díaz-Canel, like Ortega, like Pedro Castillo, they need to pay for their crimes. They need to pay for their crimes. If he was supported, let me just tell you this, because these leftist progressives immediately they go under justification. You don't know what you're talking about, Peru. You don't know nothing about Peru. You don't know squat about what is going on in Peru. Let me tell you something. And I will say this to you. Supposedly on the elections of Pedro Castillo, 51% of the population of Peru voted for him. 51% of the population of Peru voted for him. Now, let me ask you this. If 51% of the population voted for Pedro Castillo, where is that population defending him right now? If 51% of that population voted for that Pedro Castillo socialist dictator that everybody supports supposedly in Peru, why is he running away from his country? Why is he wants asylum and refugee in the Mexican embassy in Peru? These are simple questions that I'm asking you. If you love so much your country, if you swear when you were swear into the presidency of Peru and you put your right hand in the Constitution or your left hand in the Constitution or whatever you put on the Constitution, and you swear that you were going to defend that country, whether it was wrong, whether it was right. You swear that. You put your hand on the Constitution, and now you are giving the back to your countrymen, and you're running away from your country. Why do you want to go to the Mexican embassy? Because they're about to get you? Because they're the extreme right and the white supremacists, they're coming for you? No. If you had the full support, you're telling me that you have 51% of the population supporting you. Where is that 51%? Where is that 51% that is supporting Pedro Castillo, the socialist dictator of Peru? Where is it? Do you know where it is? I will tell you. It is non-existent. The population of Peru has woken up. They are awake. They're tired of this socialist dictatorship. And, and the bad thing about it is that because there was no president and they were trying to declare it a failed state, he was trying to do that. The vice president came in. And the sad thing about it is the vice president that came in, she has the same ideologies that the president. And she said, I'm going to continue with the same basis and the same fundamentals as Pedro Castillo. So you're going from worse to worse. That's the bad thing about it. All these communists, all these socialists, they need to be held accountable. They need to be brought to justice. It is not because of the blockage. It is not because of the embargo. It is not because of the American imperialism. Leave that crap alone. If you walk with, I have walked with hundreds and thousands of people from Venezuela, from Cuba, from Nicaragua, from places that they're running away from the persecution of communism and socialism that only brings poverty, violence, criminal warfare, economical destruction. Communism and socialism, it is not the solution for no country. It has been proven. It is not the system the way that is implied. It is the dictators that destroy the lives of people. I have walked with thousands of people that they're running away from these systems. Venezuela, Cuba, Nicaragua. And all of them, they don't say that it's because of the embargo. They don't say because it is the blockage. They say because they want freedom. They want their country back. As what is happening in Venezuela, the only thing that is sustaining that country, that beautiful country, is the people. Maduro has taken everything out from that beautiful country, has destroyed the economical infrastructure of that beautiful country that it was one of the most richest countries in the world. In the world. And all these leftists, socialists, communists, they always use the populist speech. We are going to give it back to the poor. Like AOC stupidly, let's tax the rich. But she lives in a really good place, in a mansion possibly. Like all these leftist communists that they, sometimes they come into my live feed and they say, you don't know nothing about communism and socialism. It is the best system. But they live in the United States of America and they live out of the capitalist dollar. They're typing out of their capitalist laptop and they're typing also on their capitalist iPhone, where they go and they order on their capitalist fast food restaurant. And ultimately, they go to a capitalist school where they pay the capitalist dollar to get their socialist communist education, right? Out of the capitalist system. But you're complaining about the imperialistic capitalism, right? Let me get that straight. You haven't even walked with people that they're suffering about communism and socialism. You have never lived in a country where they're suffering violence and criminal activity. You have never experienced what is communism and socialism and seeing a family being destroyed by this imperialistic system. But you live in the United States of America. These liberals, progressives, they live over there and they want to talk about how another foreign country needs to be run with communism and socialism. Let me get that right. Is that is your way? All these people that they're walking from Central America and South America, they are under these ideologies of socialism. And they're leaving their country, sadly. And you have the United States that is opening up the door, so you have a mass migration. But now this guy, as I have said before, and I have been saying for the past 3 to 4 years, 3 to 4 years I have been saying this. The continent of America, it is under globalist, communist, socialist attack. They're trying to change it to the Agenda 2030. They're trying to push it to the Agenda 2030. I have said this multiple times on my live feeds, continuously. You can go back to 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, and 22. Multiple times I have said it. Multiple times. I have said that the continent, the whole continent of America, it is under communist globalist attack. And you're seeing it right now in Peru. You're seeing it in Venezuela. You're seeing it now in also in Argentina, where Kirchner, the former vice president, she's being arrested right now. All these socialist, communist extremists, they have taken away the right of freedom of the people, and they want imperialistically not to leave power. How many years Nancy Pelosi was in power? Do you think Alexandria Ocasio is going to leave power? She's going to do whatever it takes to stay in power for the rest of life. Do you think Rashida Tlaib is going to leave power? Do you think Ilhan Omar is going to leave power? Do you think all these leftists, progressives, Adam Schiff is going to leave power? Do you think they're going to leave power? They're not. They want to stay in power for the rest of their lives until they are an old dinosaur like Nancy Pelosi. It is exactly what Pedro Castillo wanted to do. A lot of people get mad because they say, oh, you know what, Oscar? You're talking about Vladimir Putin. He's trying to preserve the sovereignty of the country. Get the hell out of here. Read a little bit about Vladimir Putin. Read a little bit about Vladimir Putin. And what I'm telling you about Vladimir Putin, he changed the constitution he changed his constitution so he can stay in power to 2036. That is a dictator. Why you change the constitution to stay in power all the way to 2036? Not only that, but also every politician that is under the government of Vladimir Putin cannot be prosecuted after he finishes government. These are imperialistic governments, the ones that they project always, and they blame it on the extreme right, on the extreme capitalism. There's a comment right here. Leftist views not based on fact. Oh, wow. Are not based on facts? When have you come or when have you walked with hundreds of thousands of people? Show me your facts. That they have left their countries because of communism and socialism. Have you done that? Leftists and progressives are getting butthurt because they're getting their butt kicked right now. And the reality is that every government that is under socialism and communism has failed. Has failed. I have talked to thousands of Venezuelans who they're running away from a socialist communist country. From people from Nicaragua, from Ortega, that they're imperialistically taking away their freedom of belief in religion because the religion of Christianity, the ones that you say that is Christian imperialism, is being attacked by a radical leftist progressive agenda. Seen multiple people in Nicaragua. I've gone all the way to the border of Honduras and greeted people from Nicaragua coming in to Honduras. I have gone to that border. Have you gone to that border? Have you gone to the border of Guatemala? Because I've been there, seen thousands of people. I have walked with thousands of people in the side of the border of Mexico from Venezuela, the biggest caravan that has ever existed in Mexico, 15,000 souls. I have walked with them, and the majority, 90%, were from people from Venezuela, running away and getting out of communism and socialism. Give me an explanation. I want to read you. I want to read you because you're typing out of your capitalist phone right now in the United States. It's really easy to go to these liberal schools and liberal colleges and preach about communism and socialism, but you have never experienced it. As a matter of fact, you don't even live in Mexico. You don't even experience what is violence, delinquency, insecurity. But you want to preach about it. And you want to talk about nor facts, nor experience. Hell out of here. Pedro Castillo, socialist, has been detained and is being transported right now on a helicopter to the prison of Barbadillo, the same prison that has the former president of Peru, Fujimori, in prison also. The same prison of Barbadillo in Peru that has the same that has a former ex-president of Peru in prison, Fujimori also. Where is his 51% of the population that he was being supported by? If there was 51% of the population that it was supporting the former president, Pedro Castillo, the former president of Pedro Castillo, where is it? It is exactly like some of the people talking about Nayib Bukele, that Nayib Bukele is an imperialistic right wing, that he's a horrible man. Have you seen the numbers of assassinations in terms to violence because of the MS gang lately? How it has gone down massively to 0 per day because of that great man. He is the best president in the whole continent of America, whether you like it or not. He's the only one that has had the cojones to go and fight against the MS gang and ultimately construct and rebuild that country so they can bring the security of the citizens so they can go out and work. Also boosted the economy, build better roads. Do you see caravans coming out of El Salvador? Just simple facts. I'm just talking to you in a simple conversation. Simple conversation. Simple conversation. These people are having an opinion on Nicaragua, and they don't even live in Nicaragua. They live in the United States. These people talking about Nicaragua, and they haven't even experienced Nicaragua, but they live in the United States. These people talking about Nicaragua, but they have never walked with miles and miles and miles with migrants, and they're coming from Nicaragua because of the imperialistic dictatorship that is right now ruling with Ortega. But, they live in the United States. That's what they want to do. They want to defend Ortega, right? The radical left-wing dictator. Thousands are coming out. Thousands. Do you know how difficult it is to get into Nicaragua to be a journalist in Nicaragua? I have colleagues in Central America that they have been denied access into Nicaragua because they don't want, the Nicaragua police, they don't want you to report the facts of what is happening to the Nicaraguan people. The reality. Truth, facts, no fake news. Truth, facts. You're preaching from the United States. You're talking to me from a country that you live out of the capitalism and you enjoy freedom still. But you want to talk about countries that they're suffering badly the abuse of these leftist dictators. You have never walked with them. You have never suffered with them. You don't even know what you're talking about. Also, people from Peru have migrated. A lot of people from Peru are migrating. A lot of people from Peru are migrating because of this socialist dictator, Pedro Castillo, who, again, I will tell you, he was transferred today on a helicopter from the detention center in Peru, arrested in handcuffs, like every socialist and communist should be, and taken to a prison in Barbadillo, where he is going to be held for trying to dissolve Congress and trying to create a failed state. It's unbelievable. Incredible what is happening little by little in our continent of America. It is run by leftist agenda. And I have said this before. I'm not going to go country by country, man. But you can understand by this. Let's go by the top. Canada, left. Trudeau, disgusting. One of the most horrible presidents possibly in the history of Canada. Trudeau. Biden, for God's sake, the man doesn't even know where he is. The man doesn't even know his name. The man doesn't even know which country is he ruling or he's governing. Biden, AMLO, worst of the worst. He wants to win the defender of humanitarian rights in history. He wants to be Gandhi. He wants to be the savior. Let's go by Guatemala. Horrible Yamate. Violence. delinquents, insecurity. You Nicaragua? Go to Nicaragua. Ortega, what is going on over there? Is everything great over there? Everything's phenomenal over there, right? Right? Everything's phenomenal. Everything is great. They don't look at this comment. They don't want fake leftist views by journalists in Nicaragua. No, they don't want no journalists in Nicaragua. You're wrong. No journalists in Nicaragua. Honduras with Xiomara Castro. How's that going? Is that turning great? Not only that, let's go a little bit down. Ecuador, how's that going in Ecuador? In Peru right now, is that going great? Leftist government, how's that going, by the way? You want to go a little bit down? Venezuela, how's that going, by the way, with Nicolás Maduro? How's that been for all these years? A lot of people getting out of Venezuela, but the leftists are going to say it is because of the blockage and the embargo and the American imperialism and the racist white supremacists. Right? That is who you're going to blame. And the past presidents. The justification of all leftists in the middle of, if you go to a 7-Eleven and you want to buy a soda, this is what a leftist will do at a 7-Eleven. The 7-Eleven, you want to buy a soda, you have a 20, and it is $1.20, and you give it a 20. The leftist gives a 20 to the cashier. Like, sir, I don't have no change. Oh my God, you're so oppressive. You're such a white supremacist. You're a white imperialist. You're creating fear in my life. You're a fear monger, and you're also a conspiracy theorist. You're xenophobic, transphobic, homophobic, pronoun-phobic, fat-phobic, a racist and a fascist. And also, you are for the American imperialism, huh? The hell is wrong? That is every day. Every day on a breakfast with them. Every day. Hi, good morning, son. Good morning. Remember our vocabulary every day, son. How do we deny people and how are we supposed to be defending our rights? Mom, we're supposed to tell them that they're fear mongers. Great, John. So if its color is white, what are you supposed to say? You're oppressing me. You're a transphobic, xenophobic, homophobic, pronoun-phobic, fat-phobic, and also that he's a white supremacist. Great work, Johnny. So if you go to school and if you see a flag of the United States of America, what are you supposed to do, Johnny? I'm supposed to say that I'm oppressed, that is racist, and that is fascist, Mom. That is phenomenal work, John. So if you see a rainbow flag in the school, what are you supposed to say? That is great, Mom. And what is my pronouns? He, she, them. That's your day, right? That's your day. That is an average leftist day. Average leftist day. Average day. Waking up for breakfast and going to school. That's your average day. Oppressive. You're feeling victimized all the time. Everybody's attacking you. Everybody. Like Pedro Castillo right now. He's running away from his country. He wanted to run away from the country. Why he wanted to run away from the country? Because he knows what he's done. He knows what he has done. And the 51% of the population that voted for him, they just turned his back and said, you're crazy. You cannot dissolve Congress. You cannot step all over the Constitution of every Peruvian citizen. The hell? Am I wrong or am I right? Oh, no, that's not factual information, Oscar Blue. We're not like that. My God, this guy is such a misogynist. This guy is such a bigot. My God, let me go to Starbucks and get a cappuccino. Holy cow, I need to get a shot of tequila. No, my God, get a cappuccino with double latte and a double espresso on it. That will give you on in a day. It's so stressful. So, my God. And I had to work 8 hours and see how other people were waiting in line. So stressful. Oh, my God, I'm so oppressed right now. Your life. Not mine, your life, all the construction workers, or the people that are working in buildings, the miners, the people that go underneath the sewer, those people, they're not oppressed, but you, that you work at a place that just feel like a victim, like Pedro Castillo trying to run away and say to Mexico, hey, I want my human right, I want asylum and refugee. AMLO, open the door, I'm running away, help me. And ultimately, the major defense of these people is like, you never read Karl Marx and Engels. I have read it more than 3 times the book. That doesn't give you the knowledge of what is happening in these communist and socialist countries. Have you lived in a communist and socialist country? I don't need to live in a communist and socialist country so I can explain about communism. Hold on a minute. You just told me that. So what are your facts on? I base my facts on history. So history has proven itself that communism and socialism has never worked. That is on your behalf because you're an extreme right winger. We're going back again to the victimization. Pedro Castillo, former president of Peru, being arrested and also transferred in a helicopter right now to the prison of Barbadillo, where the other criminal president is located, former president of Peru, Fujimori, also located over there. Remember, these leftists, socialists, communists, they created a defense mechanism that is called language. It's called language mechanism. And the language mechanism that they have created, it is so emphatically effective. Why? Because everybody's buying into it and everybody's normalizing that. You're part of it. You're part of the problem if you're normalizing it. When they're telling you because you're fear mongering, you're creating hysteria. I feel oppressed because of my last name of the Latino culture. My name is Ramirez. And when I was growing up, they couldn't roll the R, and particularly it was white people, and they used to make fun of me. And because of that, it is why white imperialists and white supremacists have taken away. And I need the reparations for all the damage psychological. Oh my God, let me throw up. Where's the bathroom, John? Over there, Oscar. Let me go throw up. I think I got a stomach ache. Grow a pair. Like Pedro Castillo needs to grow a pair. All these socialists, all these communists, they need to be held accountable. There's no other way. Held accountable now. All these people, President of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, needs to be stopped, be held accountable for all his crimes. Do you think that it's fun seeing all these beautiful people from Venezuela migrate and walk for thousands and thousands of miles? Do you know how many migrants of Venezuela are spread all over the continent? Not thousands, I will tell you. Not thousands. It is millions of people. Millions of people. The United States is becoming, and let me jump on another topic real quick because I want to make a video about this. The United States is becoming the most, I don't know, it doesn't have that power anymore. With the Biden administration, it is losing credibility. Oh my God, it has become the country of basically they're forgetting the priorities, the principles, what a lot of thousands and thousands of soldiers they die for. The country, the flag, the Star Spangled Banner, the patriotism, the love for the country, the love for leadership, the love to be an American. They're not. The United States is dying right now, and the people need to save it. The people need to save it. So there's an activist by the name of Grenier, a woman. The worst negotiator in American history possibly is Joe Biden. Instead of bringing from Russia a veteran, they bring a woman she's been a radical person, and ultimately now they are bringing a woman because the woman's rights, and it is because of the woman and the woman and the woman this and the woman that. And of course, the woman card is going to come in. The woman card, it is going to come in. Undoubtedly, undeniably is going to come in and say, oh, you don't want a woman to be traded, and in this, in exchange, always the man, huh? Always has to be the man, a priority. This man has gone to war. A veteran has gone to war. A veteran. I'm going through a church that sweared his life that he was going to give his life for his country. And he's a second priority now. He has gone to a second priority. Soldier man and army man and Marines, in the eyes of the Biden administration, are a second priority. They're second class. They're supposed to be a first class citizens. First class priority. Why? Because these men are willing to give their lives for their country. That's what had happened in Afghanistan. You guys remember how that was a priority, right? How that worked out with the Biden administration. Was that a priority? I don't think that it was a priority. I will make a video about that. Pedro Castillo, again, I'm saying it consistently because I'm so happy. I'm so happy that these communists and these socialists are being prosecuted. Really, I am. Because I have seen their people walk. I walk with them. I walk with thousands of migrants from Venezuela. I have walked with thousands of migrants for miles from Cuba. I have walked with thousands of migrants from Nicaragua for thousands of miles, for miles. I have walked with migrants from all across the world that are running away from an imperialistic leftist government. And all these people, what they want is freedom. They don't want to take away the embargo. The embargo, freedom. That is their number one priority. You can ask them, sit down with them, eat with them, ask them particularly. And you know, the audacity of these leftists in the United States of America, that when they sit down with the person that is running away from communism and they say it is because of the embargo. No, the embargo has nothing to do. What is your name, John? Yeah, John. No, the embargo has nothing to do. What it has to do is that we don't have freedom to do anything because of the communist system. No, hold on. Let me educate you. So these progressives, that they live in the United States of America, now they want to educate a person that is actually running away from communism, that has experienced communism, and that has experienced the radical progressiveness in the government. Because, no, let me educate you. It is because of the embargo. No, it's not. No. You're oppressing me. You're a bigot. Thank you so much for joining in. Like the video, share the video, man. Like the video, share the video. Like the video, share the video. I think that it's important. I think that it's important that you like the video, share the video. Come on, people. Like the video, share the video. Let's be friendly with the algorithm. Let's give it a hand clap to the algorithm so we can be uncensored now. So if anybody is in this live feed, let's pander to the algorithm for a little bit. Let's sing a song to the algorithm. You know, so we can have, you know, the algorithm can break. We have been censored for millions of days, man. It sucks. But if people want to give a hand clap to the algorithm, it will be great. I think that we need to break that algorithm. So give it a like to the video, share the video. Like the video, share the video, man. Like the video. Come on, algorithm. Sing to the algorithm, man. Let's sing to the algorithm. Being nice to you, algorithm. Being really nice to you. By the way, if you go to a store, if you go to a Walmart, be sure to bring your language dictionary with you as you're paying. And if you don't have change for a 20, because they're going to come at you, you know, as soon as you're paying. And like, hey, how you doing, sir? What's your name? Uh, John. I want to pay my groceries right here. We don't have no bags, sir, right now to put your groceries on. Oh my God, you're such a conspiracy theorist. You're such a fearmonger. You're creating the hysteria right now here in this line. You're such a bigot and you're such a misogynist talking to me like that. And plus, I can see it in your wardrobe that you're a transphobic, homophobic, pronophobic, fatphobic, xenophobic, racist, and fascist. And you're white. So you're a white imperialist and a white supremacist by nature. Have a great day, sir. The grocery bags just came in. Oh, I apologize for that. Holy cow. That is what the United States is turning into, man. I don't even know what the hell it is. Pedro Castillo, again, former president of Peru, has been arrested and is being transferred right now into the prison of Barbadillo in Peru, a socialist dictator being prosecuted right now, stopped, handcuffed, and being transferred. There was a couple of leftist communists yesterday that they were in my live feed and they were saying, "You're lying. He's not arrested. He's not detained. He is just stopped by the white imperialists and the right-wing media." Breaking news for all of you. Breaking news for all of you. Breaking news for all of you. I just want to tell you, for all you leftists that they were yesterday in my live feed, Pedro Castillo has been detained and is being transferred into, Barbadillo prison. Just for you to know. If I'm ruining your day and if I'm ruining your coffee right now, I apologize for that. There's a question right here by an individual that is called Anthony Agüero Live. Nice to meet you, Anthony. First time seeing you on this live feed. Pleasure to meet you. It says, who thinks Oscar, that's me, should join Ben and I at a Trump rally soon? Wouldn't that be a surprise? I guess you never know. I guess you will never know, huh? Something's coming. Something's coming. I can smell it. Do they cook hot dogs outside of the parking lot when there's a Trump rally, Anthony? I like a good old hot dog. Wouldn't it be great in like the parts of Texas or Arizona or where does he have like big Trump rallies? Where does he have like I don't know Alabama, someplace like that? Wouldn't it be great? Miami. I want to go to one in Miami. Do they have a cookout over there like hamburgers and all that kind of stuff? That's gonna be great. Imagine. Ah, will be nice, huh? You explained the Chavez hat. I came in late. Chavez. Yeah. For everybody that does not know, oh, possibly they don't know because of this. Chavez. It is a former boxer, a legend in our country of Mexico. Julio Cesar Chavez. Julio Cesar Chavez. It is the legend of Mexico. On the back, you will see 89-0. That is when he went. He went 89 fights undefeated. 89 fights undefeated is the best record in Mexican history. The best Mexican champion, Julio Cesar Chavez. It's right here, his logo right here, Julio Cesar Chavez. That's why I have this hat, Julio Cesar Chavez. And on his back, you will see his brand right there. Just for people to explain what is Chavez. Chavez, Julio Cesar Chavez, a former professional boxer. As a former boxer myself, that is possibly my idol next to Muhammad Ali and possibly Mike Tyson. Yes. So thank you so much. It's been 44 minutes coming into this live feed. But this is a great comment right here. Julie Hoffman says, "Well, Oscar, I listened to you I listen to you. I listen to you die a long time. I listen to you die. Wow. Nice writing. But very sad, fake, copied Mames MMS views on Nicaragua. How are a better reporter? What the hell is she writing? What the hell is she writing? Holy cow. Oh my God. What kind of well, Oscar, I listened to Ho die long time. The very sad fake copied MMS views on Nicaragua's. Ho are a better reporter than that. Again, I listen to Ho often. Oscar, do you know Alexis Arguello? Of course I know Alexis Arguello. Come on. Of course I know Alexis Arguello. He's a great historical champion. Of course I know Alexis Arguello. Henry Stapel. Yes, of course I know Alexis Arguello. One of the great, Latin American champions. Thank you. They were saying Chavista. No, it's Julio César Chávez, the gran campeón mexicano, the great Mexican champion. And it has on the back 89-0 right there. 89-0. That's a great Mexican champion. Best that ever the best that ever existed in our country of Mexico. Respected by all, loved by all, great champion. Thank you. Again, let me say it for the last time, Pedro Castillo, broken record. I just love to say that. Don't you wish your country arrested a socialist? Don't you wish your country arrested a socialist? Don't you? So, Pedro Castillo, socialist dictator, horrible president of Peru, has been arrested yesterday. And in our eyes, you're a champion. Beautiful comment. Beautiful comment. I love you, brother. I love you. Thanks so much for your comments. I love you. Pedro Castillo, former president of Peru, has been arrested and is being transferred right now via helicopter. I don't know why they transferred him via helicopter. They should have transferred him in a car, uncomfortable, all the way to the back with, with three people that haven't put deodorant on for like possibly 1 month. They should have done that. Pedro Castillo has been transferred in a helicopter to the prison of Barbadillo, where he is possibly going to spend a lot of years for trying to dissolve Congress in Peru and also try to destroy the Constitution of Peru. Now we are waiting for Venezuela. Now we are waiting for Venezuela to react. If a movement from Venezuela started right now, as the way that it started 3 to 4 years ago, I think so, massive movement of protest continuously, millions of people coming out on the streets and walking. If a movement from Venezuela started right now, things will be different. Things would be different. It's starting in Brazil. Millions of people are not stopping from protesting against the tyrannical Lula. So nice talking to you guys this morning. No good boxing stars since 1995. No, you are wrong, my dear friend. Tree Raji, you are wrong. What about Manny Pacquiao, 8 division world champion? Got to be kidding me with that. Floyd Mayweather, he talks too much, but he's the greatest defensive boxer in the history. Got to be kidding me with that. Gotta be kidding me with that. There's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of them. The great Diego Corrales also, that he passed away. Arturo Gatti also, that he passed away. Talking about great, great, great boxers, man. You stayed in the old school. You need to, adapt to how boxing is evolutioning. Oscar de la Hoya also, Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones Jr. Gotta be kidding me, man. There's a lot of boxers that they still in the late 90s, they were being champions and dominated the sport. Lennox Lewis also was a heavyweight world champion. You stayed in the old times, man. You gotta advance. You gotta see boxing now. If it is a business, leave it at that, man. You go enjoy the sport. Don't get political on it, man. As soon as you start getting political, you lose the love for the sport. Don't get the political. Love the sport. Practice the sport. Enjoy the sport. So this is a comment said, disappointed Oscar, do research instead of listening and believe in BS, walk and talk. So the people that they're walking, so let me get this straight, Julie. Let me get this straight. So you have thousands of people that are walking from Venezuela on an exile from their country. You got thousands of people that are walking out from Nicaragua on an exile from a communist dictatorship. You got thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that are walking out from Cuba that I have walked with and that I have interviewed. So you're telling me that the opinion of these people that they're leaving the communist, socialist, dictatorship governments, it does not count. So you're telling me that the opinion of the people that they're running away from communism and socialism, that particularly they're the ones, their opinion, it is the most important opinion of all, because it's we the people. It is thousands. Yes, it is. Thousands of Nicaragua. Every day they're crossing to Honduras. I have seen it. I have seen it. I have walked with them in multiple caravans. Thousands. Do you go to the Department of Homeland Security, please, and check the percentage of asylum and refugee claims from Nicaragua? Get your facts straight, for God's sake. Get your facts straight. So supposedly those people, they don't matter. The people that they're actually suffering from the imperialistic governments, and you're defending actually Ortega? Are you defending actually Ortega? Holy cow. Holy moly, man. Leave it at that. When you're talking to a person like that particularly does not care about the people that they're migrating, thousands that they have migrated, and I have put in evidence, hundreds of thousands that they have migrated. Even go to the Department of Homeland Security, go to DHS. Go to DHS. Didn't Ortega just attack the church? Because he claims that it's the imperialistic Christianity that has been oppressing the population. You're defending that? Holy moly, man. But the opinion of, it's exactly what Alejandro Mayorkas, the Biden administration, they do with Cubans. It's exactly, you're doing exactly the same. Why am I saying this? Because as soon as they saw that there was a rising in Cuba with Diaz-Canel of people from Cuba protesting because of the imperialistic government, leftist progressive government, Marxist, Alejandro Mayorkas said, no, we don't want no Cubans in our country. No. The hell you're doing? We don't want no Cubans in our country. No. If you're coming in a boat, stay over there in Cuba. I'm not going to accept you. That is what Alejandro Mayorkas said. No. Denying people that they believe against communism. Stay. Are you actually believing in Ortega? Let me go to another, and hopefully I will travel again to another caravan, and let me count all the people. And I will say, hey, Julie, today it was 400. Tomorrow, let me just see how many. Let me see how many tomorrow. Let me just keep count. Oh, those are fake Nicaraguans. They faked their birth certificate. Thank you so much for joining in. God bless you, man. God bless you. And you're still on this live feed, whether you agree or you not agree, you're still here. That is the most amazing thing. Thank you for staying here. I just wanted to make fun of you, and I'm just laughing at what you say. Thank you for waiting. Thank you. It's beautiful that we have this conversation in the car. I mean, while I'm driving. So God bless every single one of you. I will keep you guys updated on the things that are going on in Peru. Hoping that Ortega one day will also get prosecuted. Hoping that Ortega one day also will be prosecuted in Nicaragua. Hoping that one day God will shine the light in Venezuela and the people will have the power again of that beautiful country. And they will prosecute Nicolas Maduro, as they're doing right now to Pedro Castillo. Stay safe. We will see each other next. I'm going to drink a cup of coffee. Leave me alone. Have a beautiful day.